Talking about a revolution sounds. Don't you know? Talking about a revolution, it sounds like a whisper. While they're standing in the welfare lines, crying the doorsteps of those armies of salvation, wasting time in the unemployment lines, sitting around waiting for a promotion. Don't you know? Talking about a revolution sounds. Who are people gonna rise up and get their share? Who are people gonna rise up? Take what's there. Don't you know you better run, 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 run. Oh, I said you better run, 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 run. Cause finally the tables are starting to turn. Cause finally the tables are starting to turn. Cause finally the tables are starting to turn. Cause finally the tables are starting.
Ladies and gentlemen, today is Thursday, the 4th day of December. The year is 2014, and if you can hear the sound of my voice, then you are the revolution. I am Smokin Mekhael, and this is the Revolutionary Nightly News, smashing through the lies of the Illuminati, smashing through the lies of the New World Order, smashing through the lies of the government. And they lie, they cheat, they steal, they beat people up every single day. Today's news is going to focus on police brutality and how police brutality has become the norm. And there are incidents of this happening every single day. And so many people want to stick up for the cops, saying, oh, it was deserved. They deserve to get beat up. Maybe they did something wrong. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. And even if someone did something, that doesn't give the police the right to beat them up when they're restrained, to use weapons against them. The first video I'm going to talk about emerged recently. It's happened in King's Cross. Good old King's Cross. Boom.
Rico, you can't do nothing, bro. Don't do nothing.
You come in here, get Let her go, bro. Let her go, bro. She's a fucking lady, bro.
Are you serious? You just kick her in the head? Are you serious? She's not resisting arrest, bro. She's not resisting arrest.
Next one comes here, Tyson.
You see this? This girl being restrained, boom, 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 with a baton. They love that. They get off on that, beating people up when they got the numbers. It says in the article that accompanied this that one of the people in her group allegedly punched a cab driver. And so on social media people are saying, well, that condones what the police did because they must have hit someone else. So sure, that makes sense. That totally justifies, beating someone up when they're restrained. And you say, well, maybe you agree with those people. Maybe you say, she deserved what she got because she was involved in some kind of altercation. Did this guy deserve what he got?
It's a disturbing insight into how Queensland police can deal with the homeless. Captured on video surveillance cameras, a man whom police admit was disturbing no one is kicked and punched while being pinned to the ground. The subsequent treatment of Mr. Willamay was shown in court, despite objections from the police prosecutor. Under cross-examination, the arresting officer said he thought it was appropriate to force Mr Willamay on the ground and knee him.
We have thousands of interactions with homeless people every year. Very few of them result in complaints. Of course, there will always be occasions where people behave in a way that we don't see as suitable, and we'll take appropriate action.
But shortly before midnight on March the 20th, Peter Willamay and his friend were anything but violent.
I was sitting down there very nicely, comfortable and all that, and then suddenly they come and harass me.
A police officer tells Mr Willamay he cannot drink alcohol in a public place and asks him to get rid of his drink. When he refuses, the officer searches Mr Willamay's bag. The situation rapidly deteriorates when Mr Willamay throws down another bag and a scuffle breaks out. And that's when a third party becomes involved.
There was no apparent need for force to be used, and so I just sort of mentioned that, and then quite suddenly the officer turned on me and pursued me, and I was then arrested.
Chris Randall was charged with obstructing police in their duties, and it was he who applied for and was granted this video footage to use in his court hearing.
It was so absurd. It was like, this is ridiculous.
This is not the first time a heavy-handed police arrest has been captured on Brisbane City Council surveillance cameras. 2 years ago, old-age pensioner Bruce Rowe was harshly dealt with after taking too long to get changed in a public toilet. Charges against him were quashed by Queensland's highest court only last month. Last week, Chris Randall had his day in court. Magistrate Graham Lee dismissed the charge and awarded costs to Mr Randall. The magistrate found the officer who arrested Mr Willamay and searched his bag had acted unlawfully, as police don't have the power to arrest someone simply because they're drinking in public. Peter Willamay's case was heard by a different magistrate without the video footage. He was found guilty and fined $400.
This homeless guy, not causing anyone any trouble. The cops violently get into the ground, get all their weight on him, knee him to the ground, pin him to the ground. And when they were questioned, they said, there was no other option. Can you see the pattern that's emerging here? Can you see how people's humanity is being devalued and the rights of the oppressors are being valued? The rights of these tyrannical, disgusting, weak people that call themselves the police. I say this to you not as some angry child who's walking around with baggy pants saying F the police. I come to you from a position of education, of knowledge, of first-hand experience of getting my ass handed to me by more than half a dozen cops on several occasions. I come to you from a position of going to university for 4 years to get this Bachelor of Policing, where I was taught in university how to oppress people, how to corroborate your statements with the other officers so that even though you beat someone up, you're going to charge them with assaulting police. When I finished that university course, I knew that the police were an evil organisation. I knew that from day one. But I wanted to finish the degree. I wanted to study and understand why this is happening. And this is happening because the police are just the military branch of the government. They're the military. They're told that they're in a war and you're the enemy and I'm the enemy. And I'm going to stand up for people who are getting beaten down by the police, right? I'm not a coward who's going to say, oh, the cops did the right thing. Yeah, you really should have beaten up that woman. You really should have beaten up that girl. You really should have beaten up that homeless guy. How much of a coward do you have to be to beat someone up who's in handcuffs? How much of a coward do you have to be to beat up an old man, to beat up a little girl, right? Pussies, each and every one of you police, who get off on this power trip. And just on social media to see all these people defending the police, not realising that the police state that's tightening around all of us is getting more intense by the day. Don't you remember? Was it last week or the week before I posted this video from Queensland? The cops brutally bashing this guy with no legs, his female carer. Check it out again.
This guy has no legs. You guys are fucking skeletons. Oh my god!
What the hell? Oh my god!
Fucking wanker.
Oh my fucking god! Are you kidding me, mate? Are you kidding me? Oh my god, he has no legs.
Fucking joke. He has no legs. He's getting punched and kicked and everything, so he can... I've got it all. You guys are fucked.
You let go of me. Are you serious?
I got it all, brother.
Thank you, mate. I'll talk to you soon. Where's he back?
Now look, pull it back up. Fucking joke.
Stop moving! Get out! Get on your stomach!
You're gonna break your fucking arms. What the fuck?
Not allowed to take any photos because they're gonna catch you in the camera soon and they will find you. Please, move, please. Do you want me to get the police one of that?
It's legal. It's legal.
It is legal. It's not illegal.
It is very legal for us to do this.
Is the pattern becoming more clear to you now? This bloke and his girl apparently, allegedly, stole some liquor from the liquor store. So once again, you say, oh, he deserved it. Tell me if this guy deserved it.
An Australian man who was filmed being punched and kicked by police says he wants the officers to be charged. Shocking video footage, which was filmed in Brisbane's Fortitude Valley, shows 19-year-old Bill Hall talking to police before an officer lashes out with a punch. A second officer appears to kick him as he is handcuffed and arrested. Queensland Police Union's president, Ian Levers, has defended the officer's actions. However, the 19-year-old victim disagrees, saying he will press charges. Hall is supposed to visit a doctor to have his injuries assessed.
Having a conversation, boom! I've studied with these people. I understand how they work. They attract psychopaths into the midst. They attract people who get off on hurting people. People who have no power in their individual lives. Weak-hearted people. And I don't want to tar all police with the same brush, because there are some good-hearted people in there. But it's a contradiction, because there's no way that you can perform the duties of the state, which is to oppress free people, and at the same time be an honourable, moral, good person. I don't want any violence. I really don't. It really pains me to see people get beaten up. It does, because I've been in that position before. I know what it's like to be outnumbered. I know what it's like to be restrained. I know what it's like to have people laughing at you while them and their friends beat the hell out of you. It's not fun. I've taken the responsibility upon myself to do whatever I can to shed light on the tyranny that we face. And we do face a tyranny. I almost didn't want to cover this next story, because I know there's going to be a lot of backlash. But it needs to be done. And I want to preface this by saying, love and respect to the family of this young man who died, whose tragic death is being used to get people to accept a military police state. You may have heard that a young man in Australia, a cricket star, Philip Hughes, was tragically killed when he was hit in the head by a cricket ball. And the Queensland Police posted this photo as a tribute. And it pains me so much that they would use the tragic death of this young man to get people to accept the police state, to get people to accept these terrorists walking around in black ski masks. If you're a little kid, you think they're going to be intimidated by them? Of course they are. They are evil. If people can't see that this is evil they're looking at right now, then they really have been brainwashed. And the thing that's especially perverse is that they're getting people to attach this emotional tragedy to the police, and how somehow that the police are going to make everything alright, and the police are going to be the heroes and the saviours. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but I got to call what I see, and this is disgusting. I really don't care anymore. Like I said, I know what I'm doing is right. All I'm doing is promoting love, promoting truth, peace, freedom. What are these guys promoting? They're promoting endless war. They're promoting these guys on the street corners beating you up if you look at them sideways. I don't want that. I want a prosperous future. I want a free future. I want a future where we don't have government breathing down our necks all the time, where men and women are free to do what they like as long as it doesn't hurt other people. That's what I want. So where do you stand in this equation? Do you stand with the police? Do you stand with these militaristic thugs who just want to exert their power over you and treat you like a slave? Train you to be a slave, condition you to be their slave? Or do you want to be on the side of freedom? The decision's yours. And I know the majority of people are going to choose the dark side, but I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if I'm the only person left, if I'm ridiculed and laughed out of the music industry. It doesn't concern me, because the future of humanity is more important, and peace is more important. I know that despite all the brainwashed people supporting this senseless violence, that we will overcome. I know that we will defeat tyranny. And I believe and declare that together we will crush the New World Order. Things are moving incredibly fast now. If you haven't chosen which side to be on already, it's time to choose. The revolution is here. Woo!